So, this episode is going to be about the 4 Hour Body, which is quite an old book, though, and it is written by Tim Ferriss, who is an amazing fucking guy, which is also one of the reasons why I believe that it is a good book, because I know that he's not talking shit. But yeah, let's see you after the intro, as always. And with that being said, hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. And I really am looking forward to recording this episode. But before we go through the episode, there's a few things that I'm willing to talk about. Wow, pretty fast today. By the way, I hope that the audio is fine. I'm not having anything in front of me just because I don't actually know why. Because it's actually making the audio a little tiny bit better. But I kind of just neglected to do that today. And it is quite sunny outside. It has been raining up to now actually, and I'm then actually able to head outside and do something, which is fucking amazing. I'm looking forward to that. But all the links that should be necessary or might be necessary for you are down in the description. So if you do one look for the notes, which is basically a summary of everything that I'm going to go through, please check out the notes. It is a free PDF. You can download it and do whatever with it, read it, print it, whatever you might like to do with it, you can. But you could also redistribute it, because there's just my name on every single fucking page. So yeah. Then the link to the podcast and also to the YouTube channel should be down in the show notes if you're already on a podcast, and also if you're on a YouTube video in the description as well. And if you want to personalize the whole experience, then there's also going to be a link to some background music in the description, which is amazing, which is quite of a good thing, because the whole problem that I'm having with background music is that some people like it to be a little bit more silent. Some people like it a little bit more louder. Some people like to just have this kind of music. Some people like to have that kind of music. I think it's just a good way to, first of all, personalize the experience, as I said. But it is also, I think, quite a good way to just ensure that the episodes is as good as I can, and that I'm not kind of overproducing it or over editing it, which is something that I have done, and I just really try to not do that any longer. But yeah, anyway, we're already 2 minutes in, which is quite something, and I do not want to waste your time. It's not about my time, but it's definitely about your time. So the 4 Hour Body by Timothy Ferriss, and I'm gonna highlight that so that in the summary then what the shit that I'm talking about. The lowdown. The 4 Hour Body summary by Timothy Ferriss will help you lose weight, have a better sex life, gain muscle, and swim faster with amazing tips that didn't know of. Sounds pretty good to me. That didn't know of whatever. ... Period. Whatever. As a business owner, keeping healthy is difficult and at times not a priority. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, this is definitely not only the case for this person. By the way, I know because I haven't pointed it out yet. I'm on the Book Summary Club, I assume.com site, which is a new site that is delivering book summaries, which is an amazing thing because book summaries are such an incredibly contribution to my life. And I think by going through them, I think by pointing them out, and I think by also kind of reviewing them, I'm first of all spreading the word. I'm first of all spreading these amazing contents. And it's just an amazing thing. It's just an amazing thing to just have, I would say, because there are just really, really, really amazing sites out there that are delivering high quality, very precise, and also free summaries, which is insane, which really is insane. But yeah, anyway, people say that failure is the best teacher in the world, that knowledge comes with the experiences we suffered and learned of, and the author couldn't agree more. Tim Ferriss explains to us how his experiences helped him to obtain everything he wanted. Well, he's definitely a pretty experienced guy, even though he's only I think 30 or something. Maybe he's 32, 34, maybe mid-30s, I guess. But he is pretty young, and also he has been able to accomplish quite some things for his young of an age. This book will help many people who are dealing with obesity issues, people who are trying to have a perfect muscle body, people who deal with insomnia issues, people who want to get better in swimming, and all of those who have an average, to not say poor, sex life. No matter for which purpose you would buy this book, the things that matters is that after you read it, you will know the 3 big key lessons: how to lose weight easily, use a slow carb diet and a protein breakfast, and change your poses and have a better sex life. I do, by the way, kind of just think it is kind of a funny thing that he thought about your body, your health, being ripped, being shredded maybe as well, and then also sex. How is this playing hand in hand? I don't really know. And it is also a relatively short summary, which is something that I like, because it just gives me more time to talk about these points, about these individual points. I see. It is not the full one, but you can read the full summary on Blinkist. If you don't know Blinkist, and you can Google it. I'm not gonna Google it now, but it is basically not free site, which is in the end is an app as well, where you can also first of all listen to book summaries and also read book summaries. And I think they're just kind of between I would say 8, maybe even 5 and 25 minutes. I guess I'm not quite sure. I only guess, and I think they're pretty cool. They're you have to pay for it, but I think in the end, if you're just really able to get a lot of information from them, and off of that service, then I think it is quite okay. It is quite okay that you have to pay for that. Well, I'm actually gonna look it up, but I'm kind of concerned that when I'm showing it, that I'm gonna get fucked. Kinda. Fit reading into your life. There is a free trial, of course. Well, quote unquote, of course. Okay, they say 50 minutes. Well, I'm actually going to show you because it's kind of stupid. Insights in 50 minutes, over 3,000 titles and 13 million users, which is quite something. And the categories they are covering are career and success, society, culture, sex, relationship, personal development, parenting, nature, environment, health and nutrition, entrepreneurship, education, economics, science, motivation and inspiration, creativity, corporate culture, psychology, productivity, mindfulness, and so on and so on and so on. There, for example, is The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People by someone, I don't remember. Then Do What You Are, The 5 a.m. Club, and so on. But I do want to enjoy offline. You could also download them things, one account, multiple devices. But pricing, I want to have the pricing. Premium yearly. 667 per month, which is actually quite okay, to be honest. Then premium monthly, if you want to pay it monthly, which is $13, which, it is double the amount of when you're just paying it yearly. But there is some risk involved. So yeah, unlimited access to every title, learn hands-free with audio, highlight ideas you love, enjoy your library offline, sync highlights with Evernote, and send your reads to Kindle. I, by the way, could also be using, because I'm also highlighting certain things when I'm reading things, not ready to subscribe, access one pre-selected free daily read, which is kind of the problem if you're just going for the free version. As far as I know, what happens when access free daily. As far as I know, how does the trial work? Start your 7-day free trial by signing up for Blinkist yearly plan. You're under no obligation to stay for the whole year, and you will not be charged until the 7-day free trial is over. Just subscribe, learn to your heart's content, and blah, 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 blah. But the only problem with the free account is that you're just receiving some random books. Sometimes they're actually pretty fine, and sometimes they're, of course, going to be quite shit. But on the other hand, it kind of... it gives you just some information, which is quite of a cool thing, because you don't have to be thinking like, okay, what I'm just gonna read now, what should I be reading, and all those things. So there's also plus points of that. But I still wonder in which correlation this website, so the booksummaryclub.com, is with Blinkist. It may be like just a writer for Blinkist. It could be. Kind of could be. But anyway, lesson 1. How to lose weight easily. And I'm going to highlight this so that you know in a summary. First, you need to be sure about something. If you do not have dedication, you will fail at almost everything you propose. Yes, it is kind of the truth. This is especially true for a task such as losing weight. But before you commit to doing something about your weight, you have to realize something is wrong. That's what an author's friend called Harayuku. Harayuku. I do not even know if it is a rolled R, but I kind of often default into that. Anyway, moment, and that is what will propel you into achieving your goal. Later, after you have had your Harajuku moment and commit to doing whatever it takes to lose weight, the author explains how his life experiences will help us in order to find a better diet and a better exercise plan. Tim passed 10 years consulting with nutritionists, trainers, and even the world's best athletes, so the diet he will explain to you in this book is amazingly effective. Also, he will explain how to train properly and with the exercise you learn from famous coaches. How to lose weight easily. I mean, like, and this is kind of the problem with shortened summaries. Like, it's already shortened, and then you shorten it once again. Yeah. I mean, the thing that I have to say, like, if you're really willing to just lose weight, one of the best things is, I would say, intermittent fasting. I think it's a pretty cool thing and a pretty good thing. I know just there is a lot of studies on that and a lot of people are talking about it at this point in time, but I still think that it is quite of a good thing because you're just changing when you're eating. You're not changing what you're eating, but through changing when you're eating, you just create such a space where you're not eating that much. Even though, on the other hand, and it is something that I've been talking about with someone else, actually with my brother, and he's also seen that if you're fasting, and I mean, like, if you're fasting for a certain amount of hours, and then you're eating something, then most often it is the case that you just could eat every fucking thing. You know, if you're truly hungry, then you could just eat whatever. And just also in terms of the volume there. You know, you're not gonna eat one burger, but you're gonna eat just fucking 10 burgers out of nowhere. I think this is kind of a response from your body to just ensure that you can eat as much as you can, in terms of like that you also just have some energy left for later days and later times and whatnot. So it would actually make sense and would be a good thing, which is quite of a thing that I would say is like a downside of the whole intermittent fasting thing. So if you're seeing that, then I mean, controlling that, you can control that, but it is of course just taking some willpower, and it might not be quite of a good thing for everyone, or it might not be not everyone might be able to do so. On the other hand, I do have to say that if you're willing to lose weight, then the only thing that you have to give a fuck about is consuming less calories as you need. And then that's quite it. You know, there's no fucking way physically. There's no physical way you can gain weight by eating less calories than you need or than you're burning, you know? So yeah, you know, which is also one of the reasons why sports can help, because you're burning more calories. Of course, you're not, or you should not be like, well, I'm doing more sports, therefore I'm also going to eat more, because this, in terms of at least losing weight, does not make too much sense, because you're just balancing it out then. So if you're just consuming less calories than you're burning, everything is fine. You're going to lose weight. It's just going to take some time, and you just have to be dedicated to it. And you, as he also says, like, it is going to take some work, you know? On the other hand, just please don't use any fat burners or any bullshit diet, because like most often they're just full of sugar, they're full of bullshit, they're full of whatever. It just consists of hard work. That's it. That's quite it. You know, losing weight, building muscle, whatever it might be all about, you know, it all involves work. That's it. That's quite it. And there's actually another thing that I wanted to talk about, but I've forgotten about it. What is it? Well, lesson 2, use a slow carb diet and a protein breakfast. Here are some simple weight loss rules that we all know but don't use. Using these rules, the author was able to lose 9 kilos in a month, which I don't know if this is so healthy, you know, by the way, but yeah. First, stop eating white carbs. That includes bread, rice, potatoes, pasta, cereal, etc. This is correlated to the GI index, which is the glycemic, I hope I'm pronouncing it the correct way, or I hope that I'm remembering it also the correct way, the glycemic index, which shows the effect of food on your blood sugar levels and or insulin levels, which means that if you're eating a food with a high index of GI, a high GI index, or a high GI, because it's, you know, glycemic index is already, so it would be GI index would be glycemic index. Yeah. So if you're eating things like potatoes, which are actually 100% 100% on the fucking scale, which is insane, which is something that I didn't know before I've been actually thinking about it. Then there is white bread, which is, I think, kind of in the 80s or 90s even, 70, 80, 90, something like that. And also pasta is pretty high in that. And it is just letting, like your blood sugar and your insulin levels are gonna spike because of that, which is somehow correlated to weight gain. It's kinda, as far as I know, but you just totally looked it up. I don't know, I just know that it has something to do with that. Second, eat the same meals constantly. While there are plenty of options available, stick to what you know works. That is meats, veggies, and legumes, which as far as I know are nuts and shit. Third, don't drink your calories. Fourth, avoid fruits because many are high in sugars, which is something that I hate to say and hate to talk about. Because I, first of all, love fruits and I'm consuming quite a lot of fruits. I do wonder still what would happen if I would not be consuming so many fruits, because I think I would just be way leaner, actually. But, I do not want to miss them, and I do not also want to miss the fucking, vitamins, even though I do have to say, I don't need to eat 10 apples a day, because I'm actually eating at least an apple a day, then at least, an orange a day, and I'm actually consuming quite a lot of vitamins. I don't actually need so much in the end. So don't drink your calories. It's actually a good tactic if you, I do remember the last one that I wanted to talk about. Don't drink your calories. I think it is a good thing to say. So you're not going to drink cola. You're not going to drink even not some zero shit. Even though it is saying just 0 calories, yeah, it's having 0 calories, but in the end, it is like just complete bullshit and crap, and it's going to fuck your whole body. Don't do that. It's not good. Really not good. I don't even know when I've just been drinking my last cola. It's been, 3 years ago. 2 years, maybe. I don't know. But yes, don't drink your calories. But on the other hand, on the flip side, if you're just willing to gain weight, then I would say, and by the way, it might, or it should also be something that I that I should be doing actually. But if you're just trying to gain weight, then I think drinking your calories is a pretty good way, because if you're drinking something, it does not feel as much, or you're basically reducing the volume of it, which is pretty good. So the fruit thing, I'm not quite sure, I would say you should cover your vitamins, and you should be eating as much as to cover them, and then it is fine. Finally, give yourself a cheat day once a week. We all have earned it. I'm not quite sure about this one, but I think for long-term success, it could also make sense. By following these rules and having a high protein breakfast, which is 20 grams of protein, you'll get less hungry and avoid overeating later in the day. And I'm also going to highlight that one. Something that I've just been covering just before is volume. I would also say that if you're willing to lose weight, eating high volume, which means a lot of salads, a lot of veggies in general as well, because they're really high in volume, and water and whatnot. So in the end, if you're eating a lot of salads, you are not feeling hungry because there's so much in your stomach, there's so much in your tummy, there is so much in your body that you do not feel hungry. In the end, you haven't consumed that many calories, which is the whole point. It is high volume but low calories. On the other hand, if you're willing to gain weight, it would make sense to consume high calories, low volume, so that you can even eat more. Nuts, for example, they are fucking high in calories but really low in fucking volume. You could be eating a jar of peanuts just right now. You could, because it's so low in volume but really high in calories, which is amazing. It is also one of the reasons why I should be eating more nuts, because they're fucking calorie dense, as I think it is called. I don't know. I'm actually so fucking feared that the weather is gonna change again. I do not even know if it is raining any longer. I kind of have a feeling that it is. But I still want to record a few episodes, at least 2, which is this is the first one. But yeah. Lesson 3: change your poses and have a better sex life. According to many studies, many women fail to get to the station during sex. Yes, I know, but some of them are just faking it to not let you down. Which is something that I do have to say, it doesn't make any fucking sense, because it's not going to make anything better. But yeah. So what would you say if I give you a hack that will increase her chances to obtain all the pleasure you can give her? The first advice is the penetration angle. You need to adjust the angle of penetration so the tip of you touches the woman's G-spot. Yeah, it would make sense. And the other one is to alter the pressure of your pelvic bone. I don't know what my pelvic bone is. I also learned during this book that at times I'm still too immature to read things like this without giggling. Yes, I think it would also be the exact same thing for me, I guess. But let's actually see, because I don't know what a pelvic bone is. Could I just... You motherfucking piece of shit, I do... I do wanna... Okay, let's do it like this. Look up pelvic bone. I hate you, motherfucker. Pelvic bone. And let's search, you motherfucking piece of shit. The pelvic skeleton is formed posteriorly in the area of the back. So is it like squeezing your fucking ass or something? Well, I don't know. My personal takeaway. I was well over 20 kilos overweight and it sucked. So what else could I say? I loved this book, which is amazing. Put into action. Whether you already had your Yarayuku moment or not, the first thing you need to do if you want to change your body is a commitment, then everything will flow easily, quote unquote easily. You should consider this book if you, and my personal thought, I consider this book would benefit everyone, no matter if you're fat or not, if you have insomnia or not. The things you'll learn with this book are amazing, are things that will help you get the life health you should have to be happy. Hey, I'm Eric. I'm a Swedish university student, marketing professional, and lifelong learner. Here at Book Summary Club, I summarize my favorite nonfiction books into easily digested posts. Hope you like what you're reading. And I've also enjoyed it, even though I do have to say, it is a really, really, really short one. And I do also wonder if the other books are as short as well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a disclosure. I do wonder if there's... this is the page where I let you know that in every book summary there are links to the book on Amazon or that link to Blinkist. The links are affiliate links, which means two things. You don't pay anymore, but I receive a small commission. We cool? Thanks. But I think anyway that this is going to be the end of the video. And I would also say that I'm going to go through another book because I mean, it is just a thing that I've started with. And I do have to say that going through books is an amazing thing because most often there's just so much there is in them. And I do not have to search for it, which is the best part about it. You know, it is often like a very broad and also deep, broad and deep. It depends on the book, though. It really depends on the book. But it could be pretty broad, but it also could be pretty broad and deep knowledge on specific subjects. And I really loved it because the internet is really broad. And I do have to search for the really deep things. I mean, actually, no, vice versa. It is very, very deep. If I'm Googling something, that I'm going to get just 100,000 links for the exact same thing, but it's not very broad. You know, of course, some articles are going to be better than others, but I think and I feel like that going through a book will teach me multiple things, while as searching for something on the web is going to give me some really specific and amazing information on a few particular things, but I do have to search for it to find it. This is not always the case for books, you know, that I'm also going to find some things that I haven't been looking for because the author just put it into it. And I didn't know about it before I bought the book. But still, yeah. I wish you the best health, of happiness, and all success. And I also hope that you're going to remind yourself on the fact that you should be a good person. Because you then are also going to be remembered as a good person. 3 other questions that I'm having for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea. All right, with that being said, I'll hopefully see you the next time. So I'll see you soon. And thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate your time. I'll see you.